And we're back with our very first edition of what could possibly be the best show on the internet as far as sports related content. Um, it is Breaking the Huddle, the list. And I'm glad I got Rico popped on that one. That the reaction is all I needed.
I love. I saw the faces. Well, I heard the music and I was like, "What the?"
Um, of course, that's Tecmo Bowl. Gotta love myself some Tecmo Bowl Super Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl from like NES and SNES. Um, that's the kind of show we're gonna have here, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna have like retro. We're gonna talk about all things not that's not current sports. We're gonna talk about like this episode is dedicated to our all-time favorite Super Bowl moments, our top 10. We're gonna give our list. Each of us have 10. Possibly some of them are the same, possibly not. We'll just have to go through these 10 and
I
figure
got
it
a
out.
feeling.
So how you guys doing tonight?
Oh,
Doing well,
doing
man.
great, man. Doing great. Couldn't wait for tonight. Excited to be here
Yeah,
and see what you guys have. Kind of the same thing I have on my list. Maybe a couple, maybe none. We'll
I
find
was
out.
uh I was pretty stoked when Matt pitched this show to me 2 weeks ago. I'm like, hell yeah, dude, let's go, let's do it. What's going on, Justin Summers? Thanks for popping in. Patriots for the win. How you doing?
I have so much fun on Tuesdays doing a show like this with Reese talking about old wrestling programs and like top 10 lists for that. And that's why and I wanted to include you guys in the fun that I get to have every Tuesday. And it's been a long time coming. Rico and I haven't really done much as far as shows are together, and it's every time that we get together, it's a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to this and the shows going forward.
Definitely, man. Need to do more. Need to do more.
Absolutely. That's what
So we're gonna start with 10 and work our way down to our number one. Um, we'll start with Rico. Rico, what's your number 10 favorite, all time most memorable in your mind Super Bowl moments?
All right. So this took a little bit of thinking here. It's not something to just sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, I'll pick this one." Um, as everybody knows, you kind of everybody's got different opinions, and so for my 10, I don't know if you guys remember the name that it was given the Philly special
Yeah.
back in 2018. Nick Foles here, and I just thought that sorry, apologize if I cough, man. I'm trying to get rid of this crap. Huge pop knows I've been dealing with this for a minute, trying to get it out of my system. But anyways, when it ended up beating the Patriots stuff, I just thought that play right there, that made the top 10 for me. Just
Okay. I remember like I was talking to a couple people trying to like put together my top 10, and the Philly special kept popping up on different people. I want to say I was talking to Cody Cornett about it, and he says, yeah, it was when Philly ran that play that Tom Brady tried to run, and they actually did it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can hear Cody saying that.
I was like, wow, spoken like a true Buffalo Bill fan, I suppose. Um,
But you know what? Nick Foles, that was a great catch. It's just one of those that was awesome. You didn't expect it, especially to happen in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure.
So Scott, what do you got? And
Well,
remember, guys, these don't have to be in-game moments. We can have halftime performances like that kind of stuff. You can have pre-game interviews, post-game interviews, just moments that are centered around the Super Bowl. So
my number 10, it was going to be lower in the list until I started reading my list. And there's no way I could put this at any higher than number 10. But it had to be somewhere because it was huge. It cost these two people a $550,000 fine. A lot of men probably liked it, but it's when Janet Jackson's nipple slipped, the Nipplegate.
The nip slip.
The Nipplegate.
Nipplegate with her and Justin Timberlake. I just read about it again about it. I remember it happening. I did not realize it cost them $550,000 for that mistake.
I mean, I'm sure Justin Timberlake had that in his wallet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I mean,
but yeah, that was my number 10. I had to put it in there because that was so memorable. But that's my only one not football related and game related.
My number 10 is the start of a dynasty. As much as I hated the Patriots back in like when they were dominant, because they just it felt like they were crushing everybody in their path. It was the first one where Tom Brady, a Michigan guy, came out of the 6th round of the draft, took over a team from Drew Brees gets hurt, and as a rookie, he goes out and wins a Super Bowl. And just the moment of him putting his hands on his head and then like going like this, that's going to live in infamy of greatest like pictures in Super Bowl history. It is it was the birth of the GOAT, if you will. Love him or hate him, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. Like, that is not negotiable in my brain. It's not negotiable. Everything he's done from start to finish, he's excelled at. And so that's my number 1, is him winning his first, and it was a start of a dynasty.
Yep. Oh man. So we might as well just jump into number 9. Can I go ahead and start with that one real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Number 9.
Because it's what you picked for your number 10. That was my number 9. Honestly, you could have said it. That was the birth of the GOAT. I don't care what you say about Brady. I mean, you got to look at it, man. Look at his stats. Look at how he plays. Everybody his teammates who have played with him, the guy is like a machine. He doesn't quit. He's constantly learning. He's constantly studying. When everybody else is having fun, he's focusing, he's studying. He's trying to learn the game every single day. That's why he became one of the greats, actually the great, and that right there, that Super Bowl, that was the beginning. And I felt bad for Bledsoe getting hurt, but it birthed Brady.
I mean, I know we use that word GOAT, and I get it. But I'm a type of guy that, because I'm going to name a few others later on that I have ranked up in the top 5. And I'm not saying Tom Brady's not up there, because he's in my several of my tops, and what he's done and what the Patriots have done. But I'm going to be talking about a couple other GOATs, in my opinion, from back in the 70s and 80s. Because if we agree, right, there's got to be a GOAT of every generation, in my opinion. I mean, but that's not my number 9. My number 9 was, I watched the highlights of this all over again, when Jacoby Jones, 108-yard kickoff return, to start the second half of the Ravens 49ers. I could not stand the 49ers. I hated the 49ers through and through. I couldn't stand Montana. All those dudes.
Come on now. Come on now.
To go into that, to have this Jacoby Jones, not only did he take a 108-yard kickoff return to the zone, he also caught a touchdown pass in the first half of that game. That, to me, deserves a number 9 in anybody's book, especially when you're taking out the 49ers.
Number 9 for me comes from way back before I wasn't even born when this happened. This happened on January 12th of 1969.
Wow.
This happened in Super Bowl III, where Joe Namath ran off the field with his his finger in the air,
Yeah.
and symbolizing the only time the Jets to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The reason I picked that at 9 is because I remember growing up watching football, and just everywhere I looked, it seemed like in every highlight film that I ever saw, it was Joe Namath doing this, running off the field. It was always Joe Namath running off the field with his finger in the air. And to me, that symbolizes what the Super Bowl was. He went out there and he performed at the highest level. Excuse me. And he won a Super Bowl. And that's what we all. I mean, I remember throwing passes to my brother, to my cousins, and just walking off the field with my finger raised in the air, like, "Yeah, buddy," like on in the street at up in Indian River.
Beach. Yeah. To the tree. Take a right.
Oh yeah, it was the corner. Run the corner route.
Yeah.
And just so that's my number 9. It's the symbolism. It shows you what greatness is supposed to be, and it's just an iconic moment that will again. It's Tom Brady doing this. It's Joe Namath doing this. It's like Larry Bird when he was in the 3-point contest in the 80s, shot that last one and just walked away. He knew it was going in. It's those moments that, in my opinion, again, this is kind of why we're talking about these moments and not what's going on now. I think the pageantry isn't there in today's sports. To me, it's not. It's all about making that money, and it's not about the game itself anymore.
Right.
No, and that's where I agree with you 1,000%, man. It's like when we were younger, the games that were exciting, you couldn't wait to watch them because you knew it was like a gladiator match, the best against the best, and it was awesome to watch. And now it's more about the highlights, the showboating, the money, and it's not really about the game anymore.
Right, and that's not even only in football. I know this is a football show. I guess no, it's not. It's not a football show. I know. I agree with you guys both, and I agree with you even more since I watched the on ESPN. It's the Bad Boys, and Detroit Pistons just getting up and walking off that floor. Just, it's about against the Bulls, just leaving the Bulls. Whatever, dude, we're out. Screw you, we're done. Or just watching the games that meant something, like the Boston Celtics, Detroit Pistons, those games that meant something. Now it's if you lose, you lose. You don't care. And that's what I hate about this Super Bowl coming up. In the last several Super Bowls coming up, no one, it's about the change. It's about the money you're making. So if the Patriots lose, you'll walk off the field. Yep. Okay. Because he's still got to pay a big paycheck. It's not about the game anymore, and it sucks.
Yep, and like Matt was just saying, like it's different because, and not to interrupt, but man, okay, so I love football, but I'm more of a basketball fan than anything, and we're just talking. There's a difference in football too, to where back in the day you had they would challenge each other. They didn't sit there and go hang out afterwards. No, I'm not saying nobody can't get along, but I'm saying they had that mentality of like, I'm better. No, I'm better. And just going at it, to where nowadays it's just like, hey man, let's have a good game, hey, let's play around. I think Kobe was probably the last one who said it in an All-Star game. He's like, no man, people lost their edge in the competitiveness. Nobody's competitive. Yes, this is an All-Star game, but this is the best of the best. Why would you not want to put on a show for the millions of fans watching? They don't want to see you just joking around. They want to see this guy against this guy one-on-one. That's what they've been waiting to see. Everybody's lost that competitiveness.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Rico, what is your number 8?
My number 8 would be Mr. Terry Bradshaw and his 4 touchdowns there. I think that highlights is one of the most definitely top 10 Super Bowl moments. And that was what, in 79?
Yeah.
And he had 318 yards. I mean, that's been beaten, but, at that time, that was just amazing. And Bradshaw, he was a beast, man. He definitely had a great team to go with him, but Bradshaw himself was a great quarterback. And that for me, that had to make it in the top 10.
Okay.
For me, I'll rebuttal that with my with my number 6. Just FYI. So my number 8 had to be the Tennessee Titans were so close to winning the game.
Oh, the stretch.
Yes. The 34 Super Bowl 34. All you had to do is go 2 yards, 2 stinking yards, and he was a yard short. That to me was badass defense by Mike Jones and the Rams. That was amazing. That to watch that, to get you on the edge of your seats. I don't care who you're rooting for. That was a banger of a play. And that's what made that Super Bowl memorable. No one, that's what we're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be my Super Bowl 34 Rams defensive stand versus the Titans.
I was so hoping that Tennessee was going to win that ball game.
Yes. Yeah.
I was too, honestly.
That was Kevin Dyson. Dyson. Steve McNair threw that on a dime to Kevin Dyson.
He did.
And I was like, and then
we were all rooting for the Tennessee Titans.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So my number 8 is a very historical moment again. It happened in Super Bowl 22. Doug Williams becomes the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. He was the first starting quarterback that was African American, and he won the Super Bowl. That's always been a statistic that has stood out to me. It's at the time it's quite impressive because in stereotypes, not my brain, but how the society viewed quarterbacks is you had to be that 6'4" white dude with just an absolute cannon for an arm. Like that was what a quarterback was. And along comes Doug Williams and said, nah, fam, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we roll. This is what we do. It doesn't matter the skin color. It matters how good you are. Right. And Doug Williams freaking balled out. The Washington at the time, the Redskins beat the Broncos 42-10 in that Super Bowl. That was an ass whooping. It wasn't even a good Super Bowl. It was just the moment that, like I said, it was the moment that he created. He etched his name in immortality and became the first ever player to do what he did. And that comes in at number 8 for me.
Good 8.
What's up, 7, bro?
Number 7. Who wants to go this time?
Oh, I'll go next. Actually, this is kind of piggybacking. I believe it was off of your 10 or 9. There, Scott, was Jacoby Jones. Yeah. Because I have it for 2 reasons. One, for him returning it, but 2, it was the blessing he got from Ray Lewis right before he returned it. If you go back and watch it, you'll see Ray just kind of giving him a blessing. He goes out and just returns it. And I'm like, because I love Ray Lewis, man. That guy was a monster.
If you get a chance, if you have access to HBO Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go watch. They have every season of Hard Knocks.
Yep.
The first season is the Baltimore Ravens after they won that Super Bowl. Okay. After they won the 2001 Super Bowl or the 2000 Super Bowl. The one that they beat the brakes off the Giants. They had that's when they started the Hard Knocks. And a young Ray Lewis, they were talking to him, and he said, I want one day them to, when they say middle linebacker, I want them, the first thing out of their mouth is to say Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you did what you set out to do, because I don't care who you are, who you're talking to. I say middle linebacker, you say Ray Lewis. There's nobody that, there's no one that touches Ray Lewis.
Nope.
Just not.
No, sorry. I don't care what you got to say to me. Nope.
The next person in line, in my opinion, is and he played an outside linebacker, and that's Lawrence Taylor. Those are the only two that if I'm a quarterback and I see Lawrence Taylor or Ray Lewis, I'm sorry, coach. Guess what I'm doing? I'm snapping the ball and kneeling. Sorry. I'm not standing up in that pocket. Are you serious?
Yeah, you guys better be ready for a quick pass.
Yeah.
Shoot. But no, I just thought that was a special moment right there. You know, Ray and Jacoby.
Yeah. Well,
So
my number seven is, Matt knows how much. You know, I'm a Michigan fan. I love Tom Brady as a Michigan Wolverine. I do. I could not stand until this year the Patriots. I laughed at the Patriots the last couple of years because they looked so stupid. I couldn't stand the Patriots the years before that because they were so good. And this is, you know, I say this all the time to people that I watch football with, you know, if you give Brett Favre a minute, you're done. If you give Mahomes 40 seconds, screw you, you're done. You're done. I hate the Chiefs, but I'll give that guy props. You're done.
He's good.
He's good.
He's still young.
He's still young. You give Tom Brady the football with 12 seconds on the clock, you're screwed. Because he has, back then he had Edelman, he had Gronk, a hell of an arm, the boy could play. So you're down 28-3 against the Falcons. And Brady comes back and scores 31 unanswered points.
28-6, or was it 28-8?
28-3.
Yep.
And you end up beating them 34-28.
It was a comeback.
I even called you and be like, game over. Why are we watching the second half?
And I could not stand that team. But now I understand it. Why is Detroit so good now? Well, because they got a tight end. They got a wide receiver. Why is KC still good? They got a tight end. They got a wide receiver. What made that team so good that came back that fast to beat the team? It was all Gronk and all Elderman, and it was Brady. That's all he had to do. Shit. I remember Elderman, he's like 5'2", 120 pounds soaking wet. But that guy was a baller.
You know, and that's why I say, like, people, you got to, like, Elderman and Gronk, great. But, man, without Brady, like, he's so smart. Smart. He's like he's like the Bobby Fischer of football. He's seeing plays, he's seeing players before it even goes on, and he's like, okay, I got to go here.
There was no previous overcome that big of that. I mean, it was a 10-point deficit, but there was nothing like that until that game. And that, I bet that had to start his GOAT, if you will, status, like Matt was saying. I can't say he's not, but I will say he's probably I hate just a GOAT. There's got to be more, because growing up, I had my GOATs.
Yeah, everybody's got their own, you know, and like you said, that really helped establish him.
Yes.
And it really did. I think that was just like kind of, but I think the one that really pulled him over the top, not talking about Super Bowl, sorry, I'm going off of Brady here, is when he went to the Buccaneers. Because here's a guy who's like, he's going to another team. They're not going to do nothing. Proved everybody wrong. Won a championship.
Yeah, he solidified him as a jackass when he started throwing the Super Bowl trophy across the river. So no respect for that guy.
Number 7 for me is Super Bowl 10. Lynn Swann's catches.
Yes.
Lynn Swann, the smoothest brother in the room. Like the dude, just watch. Like again, I grew up watching all these Sports Illustrated highlight films. Like Scott had tapes. I remember watching, like putting those in the VCR and just watching like these old films, these NFL films, and watching Lynn Swann just tiptoe down the sideline, just the ball just gets dropped in his hands. He makes a beautiful catch. Lynn Swann performance in Super Bowl 10 is arguably one of the best wide receiver performances in Super Bowl history.
Yeah.
He only caught 4 passes, but 3 of them were highlight reel grabs. Yeah. And an honorable mention that was kind of summed into this is another Pittsburgh Steeler moment, and that Santonio Holmes toe tap. It was either Lynn Swann or Santonio Holmes toe tap. I went with Lynn Swann because it was a little bit more graceful, and it happened more than once. You know what I mean? So Lynn Swann and then Santonio Holmes, they're kind of just a Steeler wide receiver moments. So I guess tying them in together, just the Steelers wide receiver moments, is my at number 7 for me.
All right, man. That kind of almost flows into my 6 then, because I was looking at Holmes, but the one I picked over that was, it's just me biased because I really liked him, was Jerry Rice in '95, Super Bowl 29, when he had 10 catches for 149 yards, 3
set a
touchdowns,
Super Bowl record
with an injured shoulder.
Yeah, Steve Young's first and only Super Bowl win.
I'm just like, Jerry Rice is just, I loved him, man. Loved him as a person. I thought he was great. Everyone said he was so respectful, and on that field, he just played his heart out. Yeah. He was very competitive, and that's what I loved about it. And just, playing with the injured shoulder. A lot of people nowadays, they get a hurt toe. I can't play, coach. Man, you're like, you just don't get that no more. Jerry was a beast.
Yep. So Jerry at number 6 for Rico.
I'm going to have to go with similar what Matt took for a 7 and Rico took for number 9, I think. But we're talking about, in my era, 2 of the biggest GOATs as quarterbacks, Bradshaw and Starbuck, battling it out. In my opinion, those are 2 of the greatest out there in that era, right? But that famous 4 TD with Lynn Swann there, that guy is, right? John Stallworth and Rocky Baylor. Swann had 1 touchdown, but watching that team, and I'm not a Steelers fan now, but I was back then, watching that team, my number 5 is a Steeler moment too. But number 6 was that 4 TD pack, 1979, with Swann, John Stallworth, another good guy, and Rocky Blair. They pitched Staubach from the Cowboys and Bradshaw and Staubach together. That was a good game to watch those 2 guys. Everybody hated the Cowboys because they were so good.
A good pick. That was a good pick.
Yes, sir.
Number 6 for me comes from Super Bowl 32. The helicopter. John Elway's helicopter ride.
Yeah.
just him taking off, and it showed how badly he wanted to finally break through. Him and Marino, who was going to be the first one to win a Super Bowl between the two? John went and did it twice. Marino never did it. John's helicopter, where he dove towards the end zone, got spun around in midair, and scored. That play in and of itself, bar none, will leave an infamy in every Super Bowl highlight reel you'll ever see. And I remember watching that at a Super Bowl party. That was what, 97, 98 ish.
How about that? Yeah.
I think it was 98.
I remember, and I know exactly where I was. Because we were always out at Uncle Gene and Aunt Julie's house.
Yeah, yeah.
Always with the Maybanks around watching the Super Bowl. And I remember Zach and I came down, and because of course, what do you do when you're like, we're 13, 14 years old? We're not gonna sit around and watch the game. We're gonna be like goofing off, doing shit, while the adults were watching the game. But we came down, and I remember watching the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game when John Elway did that. I remember the whole house, half the house was rooting for Denver, and the other half wasn't. And it was just a magical moment. And it was the helicopter. That's all I can say is the helicopter. And those of you who are watching this back and you don't know what it is, go ahead and pause this video right now and go and watch the Super Bowl 32 John Elway helicopter, and you will see how cool of a play it really was. But yeah, that's my number 6 is the helicopter, because again, it just brings back a lot of core memories for me. And it's just a tremendous play again. That's number 6.
It showed heart. That once again, a player who showed heart and competitiveness. It was freaking great, man.
He was built different. John Elway was built different. All those guys back then were just built different.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
I want to show up Matt's talk.
Yeah, I don't know if we might get flagged, but I want everyone to legitimately see this. NFL Films gets all the credit for this if we can get this up. And just kind of just trying to cover every base we can. But this is one of, if not one of, it's one of the greatest ever.
Boom.
That's the one, right?
That was just, and he got up and he's just pumped. Oh, it happened in the third quarter. I'm sorry. I thought it was in the fourth quarter. He takes off and he's all like, I'm going to get that first down. Hell yeah.
Exactly.
He laid his body on the line, and John Elway, again, was built different, period.
Yep.
So guys that are watching the show, please subscribe to the channel. Let's build this up. It's going to be a good show going forward.
So now we're heading into the top 5, fellas. We're heading to the top 5. I'm kind of excited for this. Number 5, Rico, what do you got?
Well, before I get to that, I got to pay respect to Marino, man. I think everybody kind of just because he didn't win a championship, you got to put him up there as one of the toughest, one of the greatest
quarterback never to win a title. Greatest quarterback never to win the title. Period.
I have to say that, man. That guy's great. So, actually, my number 5 back in 2008. Pretty sure, Matt, you remember the name of this one, the helmet catch.
Oh God, David Tyree.
David Tyree, Eli Manning, man. That for me, that made the top 5 because that was just like, did that just happen? Did he? Yeah, he did, and that was just sweet. It was sweet how it happened, and I was like, I guess it was just the excitement in the moment. Like that was what you call a number 5 banger for me. It got me going. Like I was so excited to see that. And plus it was because they were so the underdogs in that game.
The play in as a whole was insane because Eli Manning was practically sacked.
Yeah.
They didn't bring, and he ducked out and he just chucked it deep and just off the top of the head caught the pass. That's great. That's a great number 5.
I picked my number 5 as because back in the day, this team was grit. They had a running back that was phenomenal by the name of Franco Harris. Pittsburgh Steelers. He only had 46 yards in this game, but the touchdown it was a 46-yard. He broke it out. I don't know if anybody's seen it. Watch the highlights. He won touchdowns, but he made people pay. He was in there and he had all the attention around him, which opened up better plays for the Steelers to be able to score otherwise. But he, to me, we're talking about players, he was key to that Super Bowl run, both in 79 and in 80. So I couldn't leave him out of there. He might not have had that 100 yards or 200 yards like these running backs do now, but boy, was big, and boy, made a difference, and especially in that Super Bowl where he scored that one touchdown. So I had to give it that, my number 5.
Franco Harris's immaculate reception was in the AFC championship game.
Okay. So
that play, if you watch football, you cannot call yourself a football fan if you don't know what the immaculate reception is. Yeah. like I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the old head gatekeeper. You cannot say that you're a football fan if you don't know what the immaculate reception is. We're gonna see. Come on.
Just in case people don't know.
You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on, man. Well, show the play.
He's like, we're gonna teach you guys today.
Teach you some lessons. I don't care if we get fined. I really don't.
Hey, listen, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm all about that action, boss. So number 6, or number 5 for me, is actually. Let's see the immaculate reception.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm telling you right now, that looks.
Oh.
Pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris. Grab the ball on a deflection.
Let's see that again.
Gotcha. Trying to get away. And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris.
Like, did they get credit for an assist for that?
Again, guys.
What?
That was the AFC Championship game from like 1976, 77, something like that. I wasn't even born yet, but I know all about that game. I know that's the game. That's the play that won them the game, and they went to the Super Bowl. My number 5 happened before a game. It happened in the press conference before one of the greatest performances by running backs in Super Bowl history. Marshawn Lynch goes beast mode. Yep. He sat for 20 minutes with his shades on, his beast mode hat up, and said 5 words repeatedly. I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm about that action, boss. 20 minutes of him saying that. That, to me, deserves a top 5. That's my 5. Because it showed, again, we go back to the larger than life characters that I grew up with. Marshawn was beast mode. Marshawn was that larger than life character. We had Joe Namath doing this, running off after he won a game. We had Tom Brady doing this because it's unbelievable that he won a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback. That is my number 5, Marshawn Lynch, saying I'm all about that action. That just him being Marshawn being Marshawn. It is arguably next to playoffs is the greatest football quote ever. So that's my number 5, Marshawn being Marshawn. It's just it's personal. It's just a personal bias, I guess, on that one. So
yeah, well, that's the beautiful thing about these lists. Like, these are our personal lists, like, we're not trying to argue with, it's our personal list. Everybody's gonna have different, but I love your list so far.
Number 4.
Oh man, number 4, I go with my boy Neon Dion in '95. That interception in the end zone in that fourth quarter. I don't care, man. Like, I know Dion can be a little cocky, but man, was that guy good. Man, was that guy good. If you guys can find, I can't find it. It wasn't a Super Bowl. It was a regular game, but my man, it was when he played for the Cowboys. He got on a knee and went like this. And when they kicked the ball to him, he ran it for a touchdown. I was like, geez, but that...
Yeah.
Sorry,
dude was decorated beyond belief, bro. I believe he's the one that started swag, in my opinion, in football. I mean, I remember having the headband around his neck and the armbands and the high stepping. Dude was it. I mean, that guy was a baller.
That what was that, Super Bowl 29, I believe it was, 95. He just he showed out. He showed out up the 49ers, man. Him and Rice. Like, 2 guys right. But Neon Dion is always gonna be in my top 5.
Number 4, huh?
All right, Scotty, what do you got at 4?
So, is your Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl when he played the New England Patriots?
No, mine was
okay.
When they beat the brakes off of Denver.
Okay. So in 2015, the Seahawks played the Patriots, and I love this because we're going into Super Bowl Sunday with the Seahawks and the Patriots. I was so pissed at this game. I was so freaking mad. I remember where I was. I was in a gym. And I'm like, okay, all the Seahawks have to do is score a damn touchdown. You have the ball at the 1-yard line. And I think it's over, right? Because you have Marshawn Lynch, the baller. And they decide to throw the fucking ball on the 2-yard line. Just the tricks from New England intercepted the damn thing. And I lost a bunch of money. I had a bunch of cold ice water poured on my freaking head. I was so mad. I'll never forget that. And I sat there. I came home. My wife goes, "What's wrong?" I said, all they had to do is run the ball.
Yep.
You have arguably the best running back of that era.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get fined, right? And what do? You call a pass play? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Oh.
I was so mad.
That
I was
angered
like,
the crap out of me.
I was like, oh my God, somebody's finally going to beat those pricks from New England. Nope. They lost.
So
that was most memorable. That's my number 4. I was so mad about that game. Madder than hell.
my number 4 goes from one goal line interception to another. Arizona Cardinals. They're down 10-7. They're driving. They're going to score one. They're going to punch one in on the Steelers. James Harrison picks them off at the goal line, takes it 100 yards back to the house to give them a 17-7 lead going into halftime. And that's the game that Santonio Holmes toe tapped and got in for the game winner was the Holmes toe tap. But James Harrison picking that off at the goal line and taking it back to the house. It's just a moment that lived. That's going to, again, it's a moment in my brain that I'll never forget. I can tell you right now that that was the first Super Bowl that Jennifer and I had at our own apartment. Like when we just bought a TV specifically for the Super Bowl, like for the sporting events. Like we got this big TV. We're also, and at the time, there's 3 teams that I've always followed and always loved. Obviously, the Lions. I've loved the Kansas City Chiefs since like Christian Okoye, Derek Thomas, all those guys. And at the time, like I'm still, I like the Steelers still. Like I just grew up watching them. Like it was Lions that always played at 1:00, and then it either went to the Steelers or the Kansas City games. Yep. So that's just who I grew up watching, and I just adopted them as my 2A and 2B. Yeah. So I was a Steelers fan. So I was like, hey, my brother, he's a Colts fan by default because he spent time there. We will get into this moment later on down the road. We don't have to dive into it today. But there's a moment in playoff history that he still is a little chapped about, but it's fine. It's fine. You can't win them all. I mean, I'm a Lions fan, and I know that. So my number 4 is James Harrison, pick 6 from the goal line. And like I said, just an amazing moment and will forever live as one of the greatest moments in Super Bowl history.
And if anybody didn't know, all 3 of us are Lions fans.
We're all Lions fans.
Detroit. So. But yeah, like you said, I mean, I had other teams too. Like I'm of course Lions, but at the time, like growing up, I really, really loved Reggie White, and I hate saying that out loud because it's a Packer player, but man, I love.
He played for the Eagles. He played for the Eagles. That's fine.
Yeah, but it was when he was with the Packers, it was like just oh man, that guy was such a monster. And then for a while there, my favorite running back was Terrell Davis. One was with the Browns.
I mean, if Barry Sanders ran behind that Denver offensive line, he would have had 1,000,000 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. Big difference when you have a good O-line.
So we're now in number 3. Where do you go with number 3?
I'll go with 3 because it's real quick and that Rico can go because my 3 was your 4, Matt. You can't take anything back away from that pick 6. That highlight alone, dude, had so much speed and so much blocking. Oh, hell, a semi truck would have got touched. That guy had a hole that was crazy big, and he was gone from the beginning. If you didn't think he was going to score when he took off, that boy is fast.
You could see it.
Yeah.
That was a highlight and a half. So that was my number 3. So go ahead, Rico.
So my number 3 is I mean, somebody who we've kind of already talked about. It was hard for me because I still don't know if I made the right choice. But anyways, my number 3 is Ray Lewis in the 2001 Super Bowl when he had 5 tackles, 4 pass deflection, and the guy. And I wrote this down in my notes because it stood out to me because everybody said it to him. We talked about it earlier, Matt. He is the gold standard of defensive dominance.
Yeah.
A defensive player got the MVP. Like, that
I
guy
want to say he's the only person ever to win. I think he's the only defensive player to ever win an MVP.
Wasn't that game in the Pontiac Silverdome? Wasn't that game in Detroit? Wasn't there was a Super Bowl there? I thought was that
that Pittsburgh and Seattle was at Ford Field.
Okay. But yeah, that was my number 3, and that was hard for me to put it at 3. I wanted to put him higher, but 2 other ones I hold higher. But Ray Lewis, man, like you said, you can't mention middle linebacker without Ray Lewis. You just can't.
My number 3 is a moment and a team kind of combined. The team itself was a team that went 4 consecutive years to the Super Bowl. Didn't win. They're 0-4. And the moment is Super Bowl 25. Wide right. Of course, I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills have broken, and like everyone who ever rooted for them had broken their heart in some fashion. And they continue to do it to this day because, again, it's going to sound like I'm taking a shot at the Buffalo Bills, and I'm not. Until Josh Allen, and again, I don't want to get on too much of a tangent, but until Josh Allen can decide that he's going to be a killer and put teams away and be that guy, be the MVP of the league, and be the best player on the field whenever he touches it, until that happens, he's not going to win. He's not going to win a Super Bowl until he can figure out how to turn on that killer. And that's sad because he is the second best quarterback in the league right now. Patrick Mahomes is 1 until someone can knock him off without him being injured. He's still number 1. Number 2, a very close second, is Josh Allen. Until Josh can get over that hump, he's always going to be 2. I compare Josh Allen to Peyton Manning. I really do. Because Peyton Manning had Tom. Tom kicked the shit out of him every year. Peyton couldn't get over the Patriots hump. The Bills, they're the same thing. They can't get over that Chiefs hump. They can't get out of the AFC West. It's just something they can't do. So with that being said, the Bills going to 4 consecutive and the wide right will live in infamy in Super Bowl lore. No one has ever gone back to back losses in the Super Bowl, let alone 4 in a row. Let's break it down one last little bit here. The Bills lost to the Redskins, the Giants, and the Cowboys twice. They ran into the NFC East buzzsaw. That's what they ran into.
Mm-hmm.
But wide
That was
right.
a good one, man.
But wide right. Number 2.
Dang, that was a good one, man. Can I just throw number 2? I had 2 of them. I'll make it quick. I just couldn't pick who. So the first one is, we've already talked about it. Scott, you brought it up, was the Patriots comeback. Against Falcons. I just felt like that was so high up there that it's never been done, and the way it happened, it just freaking just showed the greatness of not just Brady, but as the Patriots team all in itself. Then the second portion was the Giants in Super Bowl 2008. they were such underdogs. Nobody expected them to win, and you had a perfect season with the Patriots. Everybody gunned them to win. And how many times was Brady hustled almost? He sacked a couple times, and he did. Strahan and that freaking defensive line, they had his number the whole game. They made that boy hustle for everything he had. And that's why I really put them at number 2, because that they showed their heart. They actually came as the underdogs and show heart, and that you can win.
Okay.
I had to give number 2 to back in the day when I was I'm gonna probably, let me see, 14, I suppose. I remember watching football with mom and dad. I think Detroit got into the playoffs, and they ran up against the Washington Redskins, I believe.
That was 1992.
Okay, so this. All right. So, anyways, I remember watching this Washington Redskins team, and I remember this running back, Riggins,
John Riggins,
number 44, I believe, and Super Bowl 18, 1983. It was 4th and 1, and he broke out a 43-yard touchdown to win the game, to steal the game. To me, that boy, dude, no one could stop Mr. John Riggins, man. That guy was a monster, and that Washington Redskins team was amazing that year. But I remember that game, and it was like 4th and 1. I'm like, oh, you had, but he said, no, I'm going to go 4th and 43. I'm going to go all the way. And that was, to me, one of the highlights that I remember watching as a kid growing up.
43-yard run, and that was against the Dolphins, I believe.
Yeah, it's Dolphins, yeah.
The
team that didn't win.
Good too.
My number 2, and again, it's my number 2 is, we've already talked about it. It's the dumbest thing to ever happen in a Super Bowl. It is no beast mode. It is the worst call in Super Bowl history.
Absolutely.
Pete Carroll should wake up every morning, have his cup of coffee, and call Marshawn Lynch and apologize for not giving him the ball.
That was dumb. I was so mad.
It's the worst. It's honestly the worst play call in sports history.
How do you mess that up?
So maybe Pete was just thinking like, okay, everybody's gunning for Marshawn. Let's throw a pass.
No, dude, no. You're on the freaking 2-yard line. Are you fucking serious? No.
Oh,
I mean, it would be like saying, all right, we have Mariano Rivera in the bullpen. Let's warm up. Let's let Derek Jeter throw a pass or throw this last inning. Let Mark Teixeira throw the last inning of the World Series Game 7, and when we're up by 1 run, that doesn't work. You give the fucking ball to Marshawn. Come on, let's not be stupid. But that's my number 2. It's the dumbest play in Super Bowl history. We will sit here. I promise you, we will have this same conversation 10 years from now, and we will still bring that play up. It will still be in everyone's top 5, and that's just how it is. It is the worst play in Super Bowl history. Period.
Yep.
Number 1. What's your number 1, Rico?
All right. Well, my number 1 is I'm going with my boy Reggie White. And 97. Was it Super Bowl 31? At the time, he set the record for the most sacks in the Super Bowl. And when I just say he showed greatness, he showed greatness. Like, he showed you hunger. He wanted that. When I say hunger, it's like he wanted that championship so bad, and he didn't matter if the other teammates were helping or not. He was doing it on his own. But that guy showed everything throughout that whole game. I didn't see a play where he just sat back and was kind of like barely. No, he was hustling the whole game. And like I said, I've always had him high. This is my pick. I've always held him high. That's my number one because Reggie White was one of the greats and showed it.
Well,
Okay, number one.
I had to go with number one. But when Matt called me up 2 weeks ago,
oh shit,
and he said, "We're gonna do. What do you think about this setup?" And I said, "Okay." He asked about Rico being a part of the show. I said, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's make it a night show." Matt said, "Yeah, let's do it." Then he goes, "Here's my idea of the first show: top Super Bowl hits or top Super Bowls moments important to me." I hung up the phone, and I was like, the first thing that came to my mind was McMahon, Peyton, Walter Payton, Dick, whatever his name is, coach, Refrigerator Perry, Super Bowl Shuffle. Tell me if you're back in that era, you didn't follow the commercials, you didn't sing the song, you didn't love the video. Come on, if you tell me you didn't like that video, I gotta come up through that screen and slap you because we all like that video. We all sang that song. And the Super Bowl moment, Matt was telling me, I didn't realize this until Matt told me this. The Super Bowl moment wasn't Walter Payton scoring a touchdown because he didn't score that game. Refrigerator Perry on a 1-yard plunge into the end zone. Not only did he score a touchdown, he had a hell of a game on defense.
Yeah, Fridge had the only rushing touchdown of that game. Walter Payton didn't cross that goal line.
No. And that Chicago Bears team was one of the best of all time. They immersed themselves in the society with everything about that team. If we had social media, that would have blew up.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, that to me, if I look back as a football fan, that to me was number one. If it's the first thing in my memory, that has to be my number one pick. Because that was, to me, like Hogan coming down at Daytona Beach and dropping a leg onto Macho Man Randy Savage. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget Refrigerator Perry scoring that touchdown. And with the weeks before that, we had the Bears in rock and roll outfits, and they were singing their song. Coach Ditka with the vest, with the Bears vest. You can still see it on Saturday Night Live.
The Bears.
Come on, you know what I'm saying, right?
The Bears.
That's the reason why that is my number one Super Bowl moment.
Well, I'm going to read off some stats for number one. Most punt returns in a game, 6. Most kickoff returns for touchdowns in a game, 1. Most combined yardage gained, 244. Most punt return yards gained in a game, 90. Highest kickoff return average career. That's minimal for. He had 38.5. That's 4. He caught 4 and returned them for 154 yards. Longest kickoff return, 99 yards. Longest scoring play, that 99-yard field goal. Those are all Super Bowl records. And this person became the first and only person to win the Super Bowl MVP as a special teams player. It kills me because he is a Green Bay Packer, but he is also one of us. He is also a Michigan Wolverine, Desmond Howard. Desmond Howard did that in Super Bowl 31. Set multiple. He set multiple Super Bowl records. He is arguably he's just a legend. He goes from striking the Heisman pose against Notre Dame to winning a Super Bowl for Green Bay. You say what you want about Brett Favre and everything, but if Desmond doesn't do what he did in that game, we could be looking at a different New England Patriots team right now. We could be looking completely different.
Yeah.
The Packers won 35-21. It wasn't a blowout. It was a hell of a game. But Desmond Howard, being the only special teams player to ever win an MVP award at a Super Bowl, is my number one.
Good choice.
Love that, man. Oh,
Yeah.
Howard. So, and I just want to throw out like my number one. It was a defensive player. Maybe you guys have heard the saying. I've heard it for years since I was a kid, man. Offense wins you the glory, but defense wins you the game.
Yep.
And
they had something similar to that posted on our locker room wall. It's offense wins you games, defense wins you championships.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
That's why I hope Patriots defense steps up this Sunday and beats those guys.
Oh, he hopes, all right. He really hopes.
This is the best part. This is the best time of year because this is no matter what. I'm always on the opposite side of the fence when it comes to the Super Bowl pick with my brother. Always. It doesn't
so you're
matter.
on my side this year?
I'm taking Seattle. I don't
Oh,
think
me and him have a nice wager.
I don't think Patriots have the defense to handle
We'll see.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, Kenneth Walker, Sam Darnold just killing it, showing not only the league but Minnesota why they should have kept him and not wasted their time on our boy JJ McCarthy. McCarthy, sorry, bro, you're not him. You're a lifelong backup. Realize what you really are. Take a seat and let Minnesota do what they got to do to get beyond you.
Yep.
There's nothing that the Patriots can't handle. The Patriots can't handle this high octane offense from Seattle. They just can't.
That's what
let me see. Back to Super Bowl in 2015. We're at the same scenario. We have the Seahawks with the high octane offense. I agree. Back then they had Marshawn Lynch. Back then they couldn't get past the 2-yard line. Interception, game over. That's what's going to happen. I'm calling it right now. New England Patriots.
The big difference is they don't have Pete Carroll as their head coach no more.
I was just about to say that.
Just saying.
Listen. Well, if the Patriots defense does not have an answer for Walker, they're done. Even if they do have an answer, they're still done. They can't stop the Seahawks.
That tight end's nasty too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just again it goes back to the tight end scenario. I love okay, the kids call him Drake May, whatever. I don't understand it, but whatever. Drake May is a stud without question. He is the future of that team. He will win a Super Bowl. It just won't be this year.
Nope.
I'm just
And
letting you guys
you're
know.
gonna see your brother in some wonderful colors.
Wonderful colors. When did that change?
Oh no, sorry, it is the mug. It is the mug. Sorry.
So what's this wager? Now
You're
you got me.
after the Seahawks lose, you're gonna see Rico drinking out of a Chicago Bulls cup the rest of this podcast until the NBA finals are over.
You're not a Bulls fan?
I hate them.
Oh no. See, I'm a Detroit fan, diehard Detroit fan. Now, the only time I did go for the Bulls is when Jordan played and with Derrick Rose.
Okay.
But I just can't stand them. Like, I really can't. I'm just saying, like, I'm a Detroit fan. So, but when the Seahawks win, like they're going to, your brother's going to be sporting a nice Ohio State mug over there.
Oh God, why'd you do that, Scott?
That's
Why?
how much confidence I have.
Why?
So
Why?
let me put it to you this way. Let me put it to you this way, guys. The Seahawks barely escaped Stafford in the rounds.
Yeah, the MVP of the league.
Barely got past him.
You guys, the Patriots barely got past the backup quarterback that hasn't played in 2.5 years.
Patriots defense will destroy the Seahawks.
Yeah.
So I got your cup on standby. All I got to do is hit order.
Yeah, fine. You guys might as well delete your code.
And now, Rico, why would you waste your money, your hard-earned money, on that trash? Like that.
The fact he has to drink it
Watch
just
right
makes
here.
it better.
Where would you rank Drake May for quarterbacks in the league? He's up there.
He's currently
good. I'm not dogging him at all. He's good. He's up there. But like Matt said, this isn't his year. It's just not.
Currently, like if everyone's healthy,
bandwagon jumpers.
I'm just saying, like, the Patriots barely got past a quarterback who is legitimately hasn't started a game in close to 2 years.
In a snowstorm, bro.
Okay, we'll blame it on
still 2 years of rust.
In a snowstorm. If there was no snow, Drake May would have blew out that team.
The Broncos were winning. And then the snow came up, and then the snow settled in. If anything, I can make a case. If anything, I can make a case that if the snow stayed away, the Broncos would be playing, and we'd be talking about Stidham versus.
Yep.
Like it.
Okay.
If anything, Drake May liked the snow and was able to exploit it.
Neither team could have moved that ball in the blizzard. So I'm just saying.
I disagree because the Patriots did just fine moving that ball. Because they got first downs. They got the first. Once they got the lead, they continue to get first down after first down after first down. Keep that clock rolling. See, this is where the delusional Patriots fans start coming out of the woodwork. Is they see one thing. I have no dog in the fight. I can give a shit less. I just see Drake May was able to roll out of the pocket, scramble, get that first down. Jared Stidham, or whatever his first name is, Stidham, didn't have that wherewithal. He's, like I said, hasn't taken a snap in 1.5 years, and he didn't know his ass from an elbow. So I would hope Drake May was able to win that ball game.
We'll see.
I'm just saying.
No, we'll see, man.
I say the same thing. Like, I ain't got nobody in the fight either, but game recognized game.
Well, you're gonna have somebody in the fight when you're gonna get that when you get your Chicago Bull cup and drink out of that cup, because I'm telling you, it's gonna be a 10-point victory for that.
10-point victory.
Yes, sir.
Nah.
And I'm not going to say that when Seattle gets the ball with 2 minutes left, they're going to come down and try to score. Maybe it's a 6-point victory because they're going to try to score. They're going to be on a 2-yard line, and all you got to do is do what you got to do, and mess it up like years ago.
I'll even say this for you: if that was to happen, same scenario was to happen.
Thank you, Shane. Rick May was in the MVP conversation for a reason.
Okay.
They will be competitive Sunday. They also have the best rated defense in the playoffs.
A Chicago Bulls
so Drake May was
if that play happens.
What team beat this year's MVP? The Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks beat the Rams. Beat Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Because the Seahawks haven't played a defense like the New England Patriots. Just saying.
What are you talking about? Rams defense is eating people.
Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, New England Patriots team's defense will chew the Seahawks up.
I say Patriots does have a good defense. Not dogging them whatsoever. But they're just not going to win this one.
Rams also have like the 17th ranked defense. So what are you talking about? Number 1 defense in 17. That's a far cry. I'm telling you, the Seattle
Seahawks. Why to make it so far?
Yeah. Why? Yeah.
Just saying.
Because if they had one of the worst defenses, they wouldn't have even made it that far.
They have a stellar offense, so that's probably how they made it that far. They have the MVP.
You got to stop people from scoring to win the game.
Well, they didn't, did they?
Because they want to get it.
I mean, it was 17-13 at half.
I'm just saying. I think it's going to be.
No one scored in the fourth quarter.
I'm just going to say it's going to be closer than you guys think it's going to be.
I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, and I don't want it to be a blowout.
Oh, I hate when it's a blowout. I need to see a competitive game. That's what I want to see, a competitive
I just think that JSN, I just don't think that how explosive of a player. I don't the Patriots have not played anybody in this postseason so far with a player that has the explosiveness of Jackson Smith-Njigba. They just have not played a team with that level of talent. Sam Darnold, it's like Sam Darnold when he was throwing to Jay Jettas. I think it's a little. JSN runs his routes as crisp and as smooth as anybody in the league. Probably the best route runner in the National Football League right now. There's no one that can compare to him. And I don't think there's anyone in that secondary right now that, yeah, okay, so you put Christian Gonzalez on him. Okay, then we got someone else on the other side that'll burn you. And then you got to worry about Kenneth Walker out of the backfield.
Just saying.
Like, I just don't think I just don't think that he. Okay, then don't, Shane. I'm glad that you're here, and don't take this the wrong way. Don't trust Sam Darnold. Then be the New England Patriot rider that you seem to be. That's fine. Have fun. Watch the Super Bowl. I'm just pointing out facts. I think Sam Darnold, his time with that he spent in San Francisco, has turned his life around. I truly believe so. He has gone from a bottom 4 quarterback in the NFL. He has been a journeyman this whole time. He found himself in San Francisco, got a chance to learn under Brock Purdy and all those, and got a chance to learn from Kyle Shanahan and just the organization that is a very good organization in San Francisco. And now he's in a position where he has a very good head coach, a very good offensive coordinator, whom also after this is heading to Vegas to start rebuilding the Raiders. There's just so much going on right now, and I think Sam Darnold is in the best place he could ever be, and I think he's going to end up being. He's going to show all the naysayers. He's going to back in a couple years ago. It's going to be length. Let a naysayer know. Length. Let a naysayer know.
See, I think you both said this statement. Offenses win games. Defenses, New England Patriots, number 1 defense in the league, wins championships. And that's all I'm going to say.
No, like I said, Patriots do have a good defense. I never knocked them. I told you, remember, I said they're going to win. I said Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. But I don't think they're going to get past the Seahawks, man. It's not. I just don't think they won't get past the Seahawks.
I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
So that is episode 1, ladies and gentlemen, of Breaking the Huddle, the list. Next week, I'll post something on social medias. I'll post a video on TikTok and I'll give something to Scott for next week's show. It's going to be every Friday night, 9 to 10, 10:30. We're sitting at the 10:30 mark right now. It's going to be an hour and a half of us 3 shooting the shit about old school sports, old school video games, and that kind of stuff. And thank you, Shane. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, Mayo's good. Nobody's dogging him.
Come back next week. Maybe we'll have that discussion after the Seahawks are hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. But thank you, Shane, for
appreciate the conversations, man.
And
hit that follow button, guys.
Hit that follow button. It's nothing. Put it this way. Put it this way. Nothing will ever compare to a Minnesota Vikings game from 1996. That day will, yeah. Anyway, thank you, Shane. Thank you, Matt, the Duelist. Thank you, everyone else who's come and watched our program for this last hour and a half. It's a lot of fun. Check out everything that Huge Pop Entertainment has to offer. We have old episodes. We've talked to guys like Ken Anderson in the wrestling world. We talked to Nick, Kyoto. We've talked to several other legends in the game and a lot of future legends in the world of wrestling. We've had guys like Loomis Brown on. He's an all-pro left tackle for the Detroit Lions. We've had Darren Madeley, former national champion goaltender for the Lake Superior State University Lakers. We have current closer, do believe, for the Baltimore Orioles, Grant Wolfram. We had him on 2 years ago. So we're working towards getting others to come on to this show and our other shows. I have a show, or Scott's got his interviews throughout the week. Do you have anything next week?
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, yes, we have some shows. I'd have to give you the. I know Tuesday's a Raw recap. I think Logan Price is on Wednesday. Nothing on Monday so far, but Logan, come on board to watch the Logan Price one. I'm super stoked. He told me on the phone, and I'm going to post his promo. He's not only going to tear the fourth wall down, and his words were, I'm going to obliterate that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
There are people like you, Matt Cardona, that might want to pay attention to Wednesday's show.
Yeah, I love how you just did it. And one of my favorites that, I mean, just because I love the guy we recently had, about a month ago, was Buff Bagwell.
Oh
Buff
yeah.
is just, love Buff, man. That guy was awesome.
There's a lot of things coming up the pipe. I think 2026 is going to be a huge year.
Every Tuesday.
Yep.
We didn't do it this week. Things happen. We have Blood Feud Radio, Reese or Rudy Poo Wrestling on TikTok. His Reese is my dude from the UK. We do a show going forward. Like once we get settled, I got news. I'll talk to you guys off the air about it. But the background will change in the next month or so. If that's a hint for anybody. Anyway, Tuesdays from 3:30 until 4:30 ish, we talk. It's called Blood Feud Radio, and we talk old school wrestling. We find lists on the internet and we break them down and we just tell people that they're wrong, because that's what we do on Blood Feud Radio. You're wrong, and if you don't like it, well, we have a little phrase that we just fire us, you fucking mark. So we got that going on Tuesdays, and then now we're here. And then Thursdays in the fall, you'll see this guy and this guy doing it again for our football Friday or football. That's the original Breaking the Huddle. We'll do that where we break down all the games for the week.
So that's
Sweet Spot Entertainment.
Yeah, every day, but
and you know what? You know what? There's just one quick thing that I want to say. Be a fan. Just be a fan. And I'm going to try to leave it at that and not go into all the gory details, but be a fan and remember who you are.
Right.
You're a fan. We watch sports. I might think that I'm an analyst from ESPN maybe, and in some previous life I could have been. But in the end game, I am just a fan.
Yep.
Scott's a fan. Rico's a fan. Shane, I'm assuming you're a very, very knowledgeable individual. You're a fan. Anyone who watches this show, we're just fans, right? So let's keep that in mind and just enjoy everything for what it is.
Yep.
That's about all I got. You guys have anything?
Oh man, appreciate you guys for chiming in and just paying attention and going along with us and our nonsense, just talking to each other. And just like Matt said, man, just remember who you are. Be a fan. Don't make me break out the Moana song. Come on.
No, be a fan. Be a fan. Yeah, I mean, it's just our opinions. No judgment. It's judgment free here. Even when the people come in the chat, it's judgment free. And we're fans and we're brothers. And yeah, man, just be a fan. Like, enjoy the sports. Olympics are coming up. Enjoy it. Root for who you want to root for.
So be a friend. Tell a friend.
That's the best thing about being a fan is you're not always going to agree with somebody else. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's the competition. Enjoy it.
Yeah, be respectful. You know what? I have a boss that's a Bronco fan. I have a boss that's a Packer fan, and I give those ladies shit all the time. But it's a fun, right? I joke about. I seem like I was raising my voice when I was talking about the Patriots. I really don't give two shits who wins the game, but I want the Patriots to win the game. I'd rather see that, but that's it. Be a fan,
So we'll see you guys next time, and just enjoy yourself.
See ya.